Hi everybody, it is Monday, September 18th. This is my first vlog in a really long time, I think since the end of last year. So it's been a while. This year has started off pretty hectic, so that's why I haven't been able to film anything. My district and school have implemented a lot of changes in the curriculum, a lot of changes within the classroom, not to mention my grade level just had some changes. So it's just been changes. And my to-do list every single day, as soon as I feel like I've got it like marked off, it's growing like triple its original size or something. So it's just been hectic. So I just haven't had a chance, but I've been getting lots of emails recently asking if I was going to be filming anymore. A couple of people requested certain videos, and so I decided, you know what, I'm starting Monday, I'm just going to try, I'm just going to see what happens, see if I can have time and make it. So here I am. It's the end of my day. My students are at specials, which today they're at music. When they're at specials, that's my plan time, and so that's when I try to get some things done around my classroom. So it's my last break of the day. We get back from specials, and we have about like 10-15 minutes left of the day, and we just usually watch CNN Student News and just talk about some current events and things like that. So today we finally got into our spelling groups. That's what we've been working on. We're using Words Their Way, so they're split in their just bare spelling, and got them working on their words. Started introducing our centers. Right now we're starting off with like just a daily 5 type of version, and then it will go even further. Once I see that they have the daily 5 down, we'll add in some other games and technology pieces and things like that. But I usually just start out with 5. Just basic, simple, just so they can get used to the rotations and what's expected of them and being quiet so that I can work in small groups and that kind of thing. So we went over those, and then yesterday was Constitution Day, so our district requires us to do something within the classroom, and then our principal has to let the district know what we did. So we watched a virtual event, and it just talked about, it was a tour of the National Constitution Center. And then there was a conversation with a judge, and they just kind of interviewed her. So we watched that. We went over some expectations and that we were having problems with. This year I implemented some flexible seating, and some of my students are struggling with the yoga balls. And so we just reviewed some of those and talked about a new system, like they get 1 warning. That's it, 1 warning, and they're up for the day. And we're just going to try that, trying to be just a little bit stricter just so I can get them, back on track. We're about a month into school, and so this is why. The sad little yoga balls like just been slowly deflating. I'm not sure. I mean, the plug is still in. I don't really see a hole, so I'm not sure. But the kids have been like bouncing on them like they're trampolines or something. And we've discussed the right way and the wrong way to use them, and it just hasn't been working. So today we just reviewed those expectations, and I've just been giving a 1 warning only, and then they're done. I'm trying to think about what else have we done today. Just really, like I said, we just needed to just review a lot of procedures, a lot of expectations. I'm going to be out tomorrow morning with the substitute because my district is sending me to training. An author of a book about working with gifted kids in the classroom is going to be speaking. So in the morning I talked to my kids about that I would have a substitute and kind of what they should expect. And so now it's my plan time, so I need to get working on my plans. Thankfully I'm only gone in the morning, so that's just my homeroom, like my first block class. And then I'll be back, actually it's part of my second block too, just kidding. But then I'll be back for the end of my second block and then my 3rd hour of class. So that's good. I hate having a substitute because, I don't know, I just feel like it messes up the schedule, because if you're not familiar with the substitute, then you don't know if they have any teaching experience or what. So it's kind of one of those, do I have them kind of review some curriculum, or do I have them just do something easy? So I'm always kind of torn. I really need to kind of stay on task this week, so that's why I have like one of these books out, because we were going to review a story and kind of discuss the main idea and just some comprehension within the story. So I'm going to go ahead and have the sub read that, because it's not really teaching, it's just kind of reading, and everything, all the questions, all the answers are kind of there if they need it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. My room is a mess. Everything is a mess right now. I don't know if you can see my desk, and then if you can see my small group table back there. It's just it is just covered, and that it's like cleaner now. But I've been working on their spelling groups, getting those split. This is my guided reading assessment binder, so I was doing some assessments, so I have a lot of cleaning to do. So I'm gonna get off here and be productive. Bye guys. Good morning everybody. It's Tuesday, September 19th. I think this is the first time that I have ever done a vlog while I've been driving, so hopefully that you can hear me well, and I'm just gonna give it a try, because I've been really slacking on filming or doing anything, so I figured I would just try this and hope that I can get some filming in. So today I am just now leaving school. It's about 8:20 in the morning. I have a substitute for the day, so I am going to training. We are going to be hearing an author of a book about working with gifted kids in the classroom. She's going to be speaking and I guess doing some training, I'm not sure. This year our school is going to a gifted cluster model, which means that our kids are no longer being pulled out for the gifted and talented program, that we're just serving them within the classroom, which is something we've always done because we're always supposed to differentiate, but now there's a little bit more pressure because they're also not being pulled out, so we need to provide like extra enrichment and things like that. So we are just working on that. Our district has like a couple years to implement the whole cluster model program and get it all set up, but they're basically wanting us to move forward as quick as possible with everything. And so we're getting a district provided curriculum that we can use. We're working with some enrichment specialists. Plus, we've been doing a book study from the same author, and then, like I said, the district's sending all of the gifted cluster teachers to the training. So not everyone, obviously, is a gifted cluster if you're not familiar with it. Each grade level usually has 1 or 2 gifted teachers, and they're the ones that have the gifted kiddos in their classroom. So just all of those are going. Half of us are going in the morning, and half of us are going in the afternoon session. So I'm on my way. I'm excited to see what it's all about and see if it can be any benefit to me, and hopefully I can get some ideas for the classroom. While I'm gone, my students are going to be practicing their spelling a little bit longer than normal, and I kind of gave everyone a spelling menu, and I'm going to have them just pick an activity from that, so it should take a little bit longer than normal, just so our sub can kill some time. I'm always torn when I get a sub because I need to stick with, you know, our original plans, but I hate to have the subs do any actual teaching, because you don't know if you're going to have anybody familiar with subbing or, you know, a retired teacher. I mean, sometimes you do know who you're getting, but this time I'm not familiar with the sub's name at all. But we've just had a crazy couple weeks lately with different assemblies and a fundraiser. So this was kind of our first week that we weren't really leaving the classroom. We didn't have any like long drills or assessments that were breaking up our day. So I decided I couldn't really do busy work. I really needed to just stick with almost what I would be doing if I were there. So like I said, they're going to be practicing spelling. They have a journal prompt for their writer's notebook. It's not the prompt like that goes with the writer's workshop curriculum that I'm using, but it's just something to have them writing. I didn't want to have her do like a mini lesson and like do that prompt or whatever. And so they're doing that, and then for reading, They are reading a story that is talking about Maine idea, and so I'm going to have them read that story and fill out a graphic organizer, and it just talks about the setting, the characters, the main idea, the details that, you know, that can match up with that main idea. And so I told her she could either read it to the class, and then I provided some comprehension questions so that she could be stopping while she's reading it and asking those questions, or told her that they can just read it by themselves and fill out that graphic organizer as they're reading. So I'm not sure, that will just be up to her what she is choosing to do. That's pretty much the main thing that they'll be working on, along with their like daily bell ringer type work when they come into the classroom. So that should be okay. That should help. They'll already have read the story once. Then when we go over it more, I can go in more depth and really talk about the focus skill and, you know, make some connections with other things that we've been learning so far this year. It is starting to pour right down. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. It was so sunny when I left my house today that I had to go back home and get my sunglasses because, I mean, it was like blinding me. And then I got a weather alert on my phone, and I was like, what? Weather alert? But it said it was going to end around 7:45, so I was like, oh, it's probably just somewhere in our area because our county is a really long area. And so then as soon as I pulled up to my school, it just started pouring down rain. And now it's still raining. So I'm glad I went ahead and grabbed my hoodie just in case, because it looks like I'll need it. So I'm almost to the training. I left a little early. The training begins at 8:45. It's about 8:25 now because parking in the downtown area where I live is usually not so fun, especially when there's like events like this, because it's limited, and then, you know, a lot of the districts are trying to get to this area. So I left a little early, so hopefully I can get a decent parking spot and then be in the training on time. I will check back with you guys here in a little bit. Hopefully when I'm done and on my way back to school, and I can let you know what it was about and what I learned. Once I get there, I can show you the book and tell you who the author is, because like I said, off the top of my head, I can't remember the specific details. And then, so I will check back with you guys here in a little bit. Hey everybody, it is almost 12:30. My training is done for the day. I'm on my way back to school. My lunch is about over. So I was just going to give you a little update of how the training went. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. I didn't like the training. I didn't feel like it was very beneficial to me, and I would have much rather been at school with my students. It's a two-part training, which we found out today. We didn't know that before. So I think the second part is going to be the one that's more beneficial. But basically today, the presenter just talked about what is the cluster model, what does it look like, how would it be grouped within different schools, like if you had 8 gifted kids, how would they be placed in certain classrooms, and kind of talked about it not being the same as like tracking, and it's not really like a high, medium, low, a different kind of tiering system, and briefly gave some ideas that they would be working on some extension projects after they've like mastered standards, that kind of thing. So all of that I already knew. When our school was getting rid of the gifted program, the pull-out program, and talked about clustering this summer, I did a lot of research because I had no clue what that even meant. I wasn't even sure at that time if I was going to be the cluster teacher, but I still did some research. So a lot of what she talked about, I was already aware of. So I felt like it wasn't as beneficial. Maybe some people that aren't as familiar than they would have felt like it would be. The second part she'd mentioned
discussing some strategies and things like that. And that would be more useful, like actually realizing and seeing. Sorry, my phone keeps falling. I don't have it in there that good. Actually seeing those strategies, finding ways and sharing with other teachers, because they said the next meeting we'll meet with like our grade level just across the district, and as 5th grade teachers we'll all talk about what we're already doing in our classroom. We'll share ideas. If we've been creating projects, you know, we'll share those, talk about those. So that part I can see being beneficial. Today I just didn't feel like it was. It was just a lot of talking and a lot of reading off a PowerPoint, and so it was really hard to stay engaged, not to mention that I've had a really bad headache since the morning. So anyway, so this is the book, Teaching Gifted Kids in Today's Classrooms, Strategies and Techniques Every Teacher Can Use. And this is the first author. I can't read it I can't see on your screen, but then down here the co-author, Diana Bruelas, is the one who did our training. And so she's working with our district and, you know, helping implement that program. Now the book, from what I've read, because we're doing a book study with school, and it's interesting, and I am learning things from the actual book. It's just today the meeting was a bit hard. To stay focused and to try to stay engaged and like excited to be learning what they were offering. So I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna use the restroom. I don't know if you can see in here, I bought some cupcakes at a cupcake place near downtown where we were, and I'm gonna pass those out to the teachers that were with me at the training, because Lord knows after that training we need a pick-me-up. I need some sugar because I still have the last half of my 2nd hour and then my 3rd hour class. So I just need some sugar. So I'm gonna go pass those out, go to the restroom, and then pick up my kids from recess. So I'll check back in later. Hi everybody, it is Wednesday, September 20th. I never got to film yesterday once I got back to school, or any of that. So today is Wednesday. I am on the struggle bus like no other. I'm having a really hard time today. Yesterday I didn't feel good. The meeting, I had a headache during the meeting that I went to, and then I still wasn't feeling good all day, so I didn't know if I was just exhausted or like stressed. I was in bed and asleep before 9 o'clock last night, but then I kept waking up into the middle of the night, and every time I would like swallow, my throat started hurting. And so I was thinking maybe I'm getting sick, is what I'm thinking. I woke up and I just felt kind of feverish and sore, and my body was like achy, and my throat feels like I'm like swallowing razor blades or something. So I don't know if I'm sick or if it's just like allergies or something going on. So I'm going to give it another day and just see how I feel by tomorrow. And if I'm still not feeling well tomorrow, I will go to the doctor, I think. Might have to get a substitute. I don't know. I didn't want to get a substitute today because I didn't have sub plans ready. I mean, I do have my emergency plans, but I like to save those for like real emergencies. And I just wasn't feeling like trying to get up, and then I didn't want to not be able to get a sub last minute, and then my teammates have to split the kids because that makes, you know, their day rough as well. So just decided to come and tough it out. Thankfully, I had computer lab time scheduled. It wasn't going to be my plans or what we were planning on doing, but once the day got started, I was just like, ugh, just can't do it. So we went to the computer lab for a little bit and did some activities in there, and then we came back. And once the medicine has kicked in, I've been feeling a little bit better. Like my throat doesn't hurt as bad, but I still kind of feel blah. Like I've been cold all day, and it's been like hot in my room. The air's not been working. And they put in a work order to try to get it working because we've just all been dying. But today I'm wearing a hoodie and I'm cold. So kind of think I might have a little something going on, but I don't know what. Like I looked in my throat and it's not like all bumpy and stuff like it's been when I've had like strep. It's just red. So I have just a little bit of my second block left, and then I have my third block. What we're doing today is reading another story, and it relates to the first story we read. The second story is just a shorter story, and it's also about silkworms. And so we're comparing and contrasting and answering some questions based on a story that we had read yesterday and a story that we're reading today. So we're working on that. We always are practicing our spelling usually each day. And then we worked in our writer's workshop, and we're talking about wonderings, like what things do you wonder, like why do dogs bark? And so they made a list on those, and then we picked one of our wonders, and then we just went around the room and we wrote more about it. Like if I asked you to research why do dogs bark, like what kind of questions do you have, or what kind of answers do you think you would find? And so they just started, writing. And some of their wonderings that we shared were actually really interesting, and so I thought it was a pretty good topic. So that is our day. We were supposed to start our daily 5 today, and like really, really get it going, because it's been introduced, but we haven't officially really been working our stations. We all practiced a little bit, but today I was going to officially start it. We will be adding in other stations, but first they have to get the daily 5 down, and then we'll add like a game and a technology one. I can't remember if I told you that or not. So I have a couple minutes left of my lunch. I'm going to take some medicine and use the restroom, and then I'm going to go get my kiddos. All right, talk to you later. Hi everybody, it is still Wednesday. It is my last break of the day. The day has improved. My last hour, my third hour, they came in so quietly. They got straight to work on their bell ringer. We read the story that I was talking about and compared and contrast, and then they worked quietly. They only had 3 questions, but it was more in-depth, harder thinking questions, so they worked on that. I mean, the whole class was just so quiet and working well. And then we did our writer's workshop, and just everything went so smooth. It was just great. So when you're not feeling good, classes like that just make it great. And earlier I was talking about how I had my coat on, but I was surprised because my AC isn't working. Well, now you notice I have it off and it's burning up in here. So I don't know if it's still my AC or if I'm just kind of feeling feverish. I took some medicine. I think at lunchtime was the last time I've taken medicine. So it's not quite time to take any, but I don't feel as bad as I did. My throat's not hurting as bad, but my body feels just tired and burnt out. So the end of my day is great. The only bad thing is I was 10 minutes late to our specials, which is art, music, PE, and media, because on Wednesdays it's late start for us and our whole schedule changes a little bit. Well, not our whole schedule, but we go in later, we get the kids later, and then our specials is changed. Last year's our special wasn't changed, so we had time to kill too. That was what's funny. I ended up putting on a short 6-minute video on YouTube, and then when we were out in the hall I realized oh no, it's Wednesday. So I'm basically losing 10 minutes of my plan, but that's okay. I worked on organizing out one of my cabinets because it's just filled to the brim, and I need to get it together. So I've been doing that while the kids were working independently, since no one really had any questions. A couple people came up and asked me, and I stopped, but I was just trying to organize, get rid of some stuff. I took some stuff to the lounge till I donate to other teachers that might need it. So overall, the day's going by pretty good. I am ready for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I thought tomorrow was Friday for a minute, and I'm kind of bummed now that I realize it's not. So I need to double check tomorrow's plans, make sure I have copies. I need to make a copy of a pretest that my kids are going to be doing about context clues, and just get to work. So I will check back in here in a little bit, or tonight, hopefully. Bye, guys. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, September 21st. So I just got to work a little bit ago. I've already went and made a couple copies and went to our book room and was just kind of looking over that, and you'll see a clip probably before this or after this. I made copies of a pretest that we're doing today over context clues. We've been actually supposed to do it for a couple days now, but it just kept getting put on the back burner. So I finally got it ready. It's just 10 questions, front and back. So it's going to give them a sentence, and they're going to read it, and it has the vocabulary word underlined, and then it's asking them choose the correct definition of the word. So they're picking the definition that they feel matches that word, and then they're going to also answer which type of context clues hint at the word meaning. So was it an example? Was it an explanation? What is a synonym, antonym? And this will kind of help guide the instruction on context clues and see what some of my students already know. Some of them might already pass the standard, which would be great. And then we'll be doing some higher level text or something like that for the kids that pass. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it graded today, so that way tomorrow I can do my mini lesson and kind of get started on that. I did come back and I just double checked my plans to make sure I had everything I needed for the day, and I noticed that I forgot to make a copy of a main idea worksheet that we're doing, and so it's just a little paragraph that they're reading. It already gives us the main idea, but then they need to provide the 3 details for that. And so I went ahead and sent that to the printers. I'll have to go make copies here in a minute, and then they're going to do a vocabulary extension type of activity as well today. So I'm going to make copies here in a minute of that. But if you remember, I was feeling sick in my video yesterday. Today I woke up, I feel a lot better. My throat isn't as sore and I don't feel as blah. I still don't feel great. Like my throat is still hurting. It's still tender. Like when I swallow, it's red, and my body still kind of feels just tired and beat down. But yesterday I felt horrible. So I'm hoping that I am feeling a little better. Okay. I've been taking this, and I don't know if you've ever taken it. Let me find it real quick. Sorry. Zicam. It's supposed to shorten colds. It's kind of like a cold remedy. I was looking at ways to like feel better before, and it just has zinc in it, and it seems to work. Every time I've been feeling sick and I start taking it, I start feeling better pretty quickly. So I'm hoping that whatever I have is just a cold, and I can start feeling better. If I'm still feeling kind of yucky by the end of the day, I may go ahead and see if my doctor is working the aftercare, and if so, maybe go ahead and make an appointment, because I really don't want to get a substitute if there's nothing like a doctor can do, like if I don't need antibiotics or anything. So we'll just see how the rest of the day goes. I took medicine as soon as I woke up, so I'm not really sure how I would feel if I didn't have the medicine. So I'm going to make my copies, and I'll try to check back in before the day starts, but if not, I will check back with you guys on lunch. Bye. Hey everybody, it's my last plan of the day. I am just working on a to-do list. My kids are in specials. I only have like 10 minutes till I pick them up. I've been trying to stay busy and stay focused, but I decided I would go ahead and film real quick since I just had a few minutes left. So I mentioned yesterday that I was sick, and then earlier I said that I was feeling a little bit better, and I am feeling better, but my throat is still really sore, so I'm not really sure what to do with it. I hate when I'm not sure, like, go to the doctor, not go to the doctor. So I'm still debating. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go to the doctor, and I don't think I'm going to get a sub. I think I'm just going to try to tough it out, and then for some reason, maybe by tomorrow, if I still really feel sick, I can maybe just go to after hours or like an urgent care or something, because I really hate using a sub day if I'm not like that sick, you know. So today we have been busy. I don't know if you guys, but at the end of the day, like, my room is a mess. My desk always looks like this. I usually have like a million drinks and just papers and things everywhere. My small group table has things everywhere, and it just drives me crazy. I have tried so many different like little systems trying not to like let my desk get cluttered up or my small group table to get like messed up, but it just doesn't work out that way. I still have a few things on my to-do list to hopefully help, but I haven't implemented those just yet. Right now, the reason my desk is messy is because last minute I got these folders that you saw stacked up on my desk. We are doing a pen pal thing with our middle school that is nearby. And so they put letters for my students in there and with just some paper, so that way they can keep all their letters together and write back and forth. So we got those this morning, and then it wasn't on my agenda, but I decided to go ahead and just pass it out, let them read it, let them write them back, just to kind of get it out of the way, because I'm one of those, if I forget about it and put it aside, they'd probably be waiting on me forever to remember that it needs to be done. So those, after everyone was done, I just had them stacked them on my desk. One of my team teachers has a box in her room, and once they're
all done, we'll get them to the middle school. But I'm going to put mine in the box. I just haven't yet because I'm the only teacher so far that has it done. So here in a little bit, I'll stay after school. We're not allowed to leave for about 20 minutes after school, and I'm not on duty right now, so I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning during that time. Well, I'll get that cleaned up, and I usually try to have my back table cleaned off by the end of the day, every day as well. So I'm just making a to-do list because I have a bunch of things I need to do and try to prioritize. I got an email this morning from my principal that I am scheduled soon for an observation. So she's coming the first week in October, I believe. She said probably that Monday, October 2nd. So at my district, if you haven't watched my videos before, my district requires if you've been teaching in the district 3 years or less, you are observed 4 times. 2 times before Christmas break and then 2 times after Christmas break. So she will come the first week of October. She'll observe my lesson and submit that paperwork and my scores. And then within 5 days, we'll have a meeting and we'll just go over everything. That way, if I have any questions, and then if there is any problem or she felt like there was something she needed to see differently, you get 10 days to make improvements or fix things before they're allowed to come back. So she can't come and then like 2 days later come. You get at least 10 days to make improvements or changes. But it could still be any time from 10 days after my first visit all the way up until almost Christmas break, because like I said, that she's only required to do them before Christmas break. So not too excited about that. It's a new principal. If it were my last principal, I wouldn't be nervous at all. I felt really comfortable with her in my room. I always got decent scores, and she was never had any concerns. And that's great, and also that means this should be the same thing with this principal because I haven't done anything. I mean, if anything, my teaching has improved, but just a new principal, not knowing exactly their expectations or the type of things they're looking for, because even though they have something that they're grading you on, sorry, that's my youngest son. He's a 3rd grader at my school, and he's come leaving. I'm probably on the way to the bathroom, but even though they have certain things they have to grade you on, we have 20 indicators that they're looking for. Principals have tended to play favorites, or even though it says this, they're still looking for this, and some are more lenient than others. So it's just one of those, I don't really know what to expect. So I'm a little nervous, not that nervous, because I feel pretty comfortable with my new principal now that I've gotten to know her through the course of the past month. So that's coming. I have a week to get prepared. I need to pull up the next unit because our unit is almost over, and just get a look into what my week will be looking like when she's coming, and just see if, what is a good lesson to be teaching around that time. And so it's kind of nice because I think she said she's coming on Monday. So I like that because it's the start of a unit. I'm introducing something, because one of the other options was, you have any what?
Like a neck.
No, I do not.
Oh, that's why I like neck so much.
Like your actual inside your throat?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very back.
Inside. Just wait till after school. Okay. Love you. We only have a few minutes till school's over. You're doing what? Okay, well, hurry up. You need to get back to class.
I think I did good on my little picture.
Good.
And then there's a couple words I need to work on that I need to like read.
Yeah?
Maybe have like words that would say.
Make sure to bring your spelling folder. Okay, sorry. That was him again, I guess, on his way back from the bathroom. He stopped by and asked if I had medicine. He said his neck hurt, and I was trying to ask if it was like the inside of his neck, because then maybe he's like coming down with a little cold, or we're passing around something. But he just said the back of his neck. And then he was tying his shoe and telling me that he felt like he did good on his vocab test. So sorry about that. Anyway, so I feel pretty comfortable. I'm glad that she's probably coming on a Monday, because it's like the introduction of a new lesson, a new topic, usually focus skill. And so that's always kind of fun versus them coming in the middle. Sometimes it's nice. It just kind of depends on what you're teaching and when exactly they come. But so we'll just see. I have to look. I'm going to spend my weekend kind of just looking and seeing what it will look like, because basically it's not this Monday but the next Monday, so I'll have about a week. And just kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be talking about and what things will be going on in my classroom during that. So that's going to be on my to-do list, along with a couple other things I really need to get done just to make my classroom run smoothly. I have a few things I need to organize because it's been hard to find certain like manipulatives when I've needed them, because I was making some center games and I needed some game pieces, and I used to have a big box of different old game pieces, and so just need to do that to-do list so that I can be productive and just get some things done. So I have to go pick up my kids in just a second from specials, so I'm going to do that. I'll try to check back in after school and tell you more about what we did, but if not, it will be in the morning. Okay, so this is random. You can't see me in the video, but I wanted to show you. Our district is providing us a guided book room this year. So this is all of the books, and they're leveled by the Scholastic level. So we've been doing running records to see, and then it has all kinds of different books, and then already some lessons prepared that we can use. There's a lot of different options to choose from: fiction, nonfiction, and all of that. And then we have this book, and it really goes into detail, like on which level and what skill it's teaching. I don't know if it can focus. Like level F, the title, the content area, the comprehension strategy, phonics and word study. So it really helps guide us in our instruction and helps us pick out the book we need. So the district paid for that this year, so I'm really excited. So we just come in here and get what we need. Hey everybody, school is over and I'm now on my way to the doctor. If this clip that I'm going to insert before works, hopefully I can show you. So if you have Walmart in your area and have not used the online pickup, then you need to. I'm not talking about like when you just order and you just pick up at the store. I'm talking about like the grocery pickup. There's like a special app for it, and you pick out your groceries, you pay, and then you reserve a time. Sometimes they have time slots like that same day. Other times they only have them the next day, but they have them a lot. So this weekend I just started making my list that way, and I finalized it on Sunday, and I made a pickup for between 4 to 5. And when your order is ready, it's just sometime between 4 and 5. Mine was ready right before 4 o'clock. I got an email just saying my order was ready. All you do is go to the app and you click check in, and it tells them how far away you are and like when you arrive. Like it has like a GPS, but you don't have to check in that way. You can just wait till you get there, and then there's a number and you call, and they just come out, double check like what's your last name, and they'll have you sign off saying that you came to pick up your order. They'll let you know if there's any substitutions. So if you you can accept substitutions or not, it's up to you. So if you accept them, you're basically saying if they don't have an item that you want, you are willing to get a different item. And what that means, it's not a completely different item. Like if you ordered, let's just say this happened to me last time, peanut butter crackers, like I think I ordered like an 8-pack or something. They didn't have an 8-pack, so I got 2 6-packs. So I actually got more, and I only paid the price of the 8-pack. And same thing, like if it's like a shampoo and they don't have the size that you're wanting, they'll upsize you, and you still pay the price of the kind that you want. The only thing is today I'd said it, I would accept substitutions, and the coffee creamer, they gave me a completely different kind. It was like the coffee creamer I got was like vanilla caramel, and this was caramel macchiato. So I've never had that happen. They've usually only given me
like I said, the same product, just like an upsize or something like that, or a different kind of packaging. But I do like that kind, so that's okay. So it's nice because, like I said, you tell it when you're coming or right when you arrive. They come out, they let you know if there was any substitutions. You sign off saying you're picking it up, and they do all the loading of your groceries for you. And so all you have to do is go home and unload it. So if you are a busy mom or a busy teacher, or like I've been sick and I'm a mom of 4 and I'm teaching, and it's just like I told you earlier in the video, it's just been crazy. So being able to shop online a few minutes without my kids bothering me or anybody bothering me or running into students or having to get dressed or anything, I just do order on the app and then I pick it up. And so I did that. I was sick, unloaded it. I mean, I was done within 10 minutes. And so super awesome. And you pick up the Walmart, you pick at the Walmart that you want that's closest to you. There's a spot, you park right by the door. So hopefully I'm going to insert a little clip of like how it works. If I filmed correctly, I hope I did, I don't know. So I'm going to put a link down below. If you're interested, it gives you $10 off your first order. And so that's always nice just to check it out. I did it for the first time a couple months ago. I really wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't know if I like this online grocery thing, or like, I don't know. I just felt weird about it. And the app is really friendly. You can search stuff. There's very few items that they don't have. You can even get like shampoo, at anything on the other side of the store besides just groceries. So it's kind of nice. But I wasn't really sure. But the first time I did it, I was like, this is amazing. Why have I not been doing this the rest of my life? And I forget about it sometimes and go to the store, and then I always remember like, oh my gosh, I need to be doing this. So now that school's back to starting, I'm full on back to doing the ordering and only going like for short, small trips. You do have to have an order of $30 or more, which that's fine if you're buying groceries. I mean, it's easy to spend $30. So anyways, I'm going to put a link down below if you're interested in checking it out. You can just log on to the app or on the computer, and it's $10 off. So, I mean, it's worth checking out for your first time. All right, so I'm going to go to the doctor, and I'll check back in here in a little bit. Waiting. Waiting to see the doctor. It is, 5:53, and I've been here since like 4:53. I'm ready to go. I saw the nurse, but the doctor hasn't came in yet. So, let you know what he says. Hey everybody, I'm finally home from the doctor. Sorry it's kind of dark in here, but I was trying to finish up this vlog so I can get it up hopefully by tomorrow. So I went to the doctor, you saw a little clip of me waiting and me getting the breathing treatment. So I went, they said that I sounded like I was wheezing, so they had me do like a asthma type of test. And I didn't breathe very good. I'm not really sure exactly what it meant, but they came in, they made me do a breathing treatment. He didn't want me to leave without doing one, which was funny. I didn't really notice I wasn't able to breathe that well, or that I was wheezing until like right before they came in. Like when I was breathing, I started hearing a noise, and I was like, "Is that me?" But so I got a couple prescriptions. An antibiotic for like bacterial infections for like sinus and all of that, congestion and sinus cough medicine, kind of like a prescription strength Mucinex, and the breathing treatment. And then I had got 2 shots in my hips, like steroid type of shot. One is like a fast acting to help with like the inflammation in my throat from like laryngitis, and then the other one is a long-lasting one that lasts a little bit longer. So hopefully I'm feeling better. I took my first dose of antibiotics. I can't take the cough and decongestion one because it's like a stimulant. So he said it might make me not be able to sleep. So I'm just going to wait on that and just take it in the morning. But I did take the antibiotics, and then I had the shots and stuff. So hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up feeling better. But I was glad that I did go ahead and go in. And since I got all of that medicine and stuff, it showed that, okay, like, yeah, I was not feeling my best. And now I will start feeling better. So that's the end of my vlog. I went to the doctor, got meds. Hopefully I'm better soon, especially with my observation coming up. So I'm going to end it here. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Comment down below. Let me know how I can stay from getting sick. And I'll talk with you guys soon.